decision.
More Kiwis are falling into poverty as the nation struggles with a worsening cost of living crisis.
Families are having to make choices between feeding the kids, paying the power bill.
Petrol prices are on the rise, back over $3 a litre across the country.
It's just so expensive.
This morning we declared a national emergency for only the third time in our history.
This is the red light flashing, telling us that tougher times could be ahead.
Every story has a beginning, and this is ours. And truly, what a beginning it was. But before we get to that, as you can see, we've been working, we've been getting things done, plodding away one day at a time, building the house. And I don't want to show you too much because it didn't start here. It took us some time to get to this point. So let's take a look back at where it all began.
No one expects to be hit with a 1 in 100 year flood, let alone 2 in 2 weeks. Barely time to recover from the first natural disaster, Cyclone Gabrielle is bearing down on New Zealand's North Island, packing winds of up to 100 miles an hour.
What an intro to New Zealand. It rained so much when we got here. We wondered, why did we even leave Australia? As I mentioned in the first video about it making no sense, this kind of really just added to that. When I reflect and I look back at what we had in Australia, and you saw it at the beginning of the video, we had a beautiful home, freshly brand new built house. The kids had great schools, walking distance just up the road. We had a great community around us of friends, great church, work, everything was perfect. We were truly blessed. And when you compare the two, where we were coming to in New Zealand to what we were leaving, it really did make no sense. But let's take the opportunity to compare Australia and New Zealand quickly. Australia, it has better jobs, better money. There's better lifestyle, there's more to do. Schools, cost of living, it's a lot more affordable. You can start from scratch and get somewhere pretty quickly if you wanted to. Whereas if we compare it to New Zealand, it's almost the complete opposite. Sad to say, I've been living here for over a year now, and you can really see the contrast between both countries. There's so many things that we struggled with when we first got here. Obviously the cyclones, and also moved into a small cabin. I can give you a quick tour. It's not much to show you. We've got 1 bedroom, maybe 1.5. We have a small kitchen, which now we've put the bunk beds in there to create more space for the boys. Our tiny little bathroom at the back of the house by us also has the toilet. But yeah, this was us. We had no washing machine. A lot of our stuff was being shipped on a container, so we had to wait for it to arrive. So that was challenging. We also needed a new car to be able to handle the terrain out where we stay, to cross the river, to be able to get up hills, pull a trailer, fit a family of 6. This vehicle had to do a lot. Also have to be good on petrol. Petrol's expensive. We picked up a car. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it can move between being an electric vehicle and a hybrid, and also just run on petrol as well. It's a Mitsubishi Outlander, and I would love to tell you more about the journey of using that vehicle in another video. Hey, all I can say is we found a car that has done the job that we need it to do. It ticks all the boxes, and yeah. Part of our journey back here was also to build us an off-grid home, and I'm right into natural building. I've done a few courses. I've been to a earthship build in Adelaide, spent 2 weeks there. I went and spent a few days with a rammed earth building crew, I've done cob, and the only way to truly understand an earth home is to walk in one. They're built different, they feel different, and there's a reason for it, because they're built with natural materials. They're sustainable, more healthier homes. This is something me and my wife have always wanted to do. The other cool thing about what I wanted to achieve was to try and create something that was affordable, a blueprint that my family, friends, anybody could replicate, so that people can realize their dreams of just building their own homes. Originally my dad said, you can go up on top of the hill, son, there's a good spot up there for you. And we were like, yeah, awesome, great view up there. Planned on doing it, but then we looked at the budget and we thought, well, we could probably save a few dollars and just build on the flat down bottom. So we had some decisions to make, and we landed on just keeping it easy, keeping it quick, and going on the flat. But I remember clearly there was a change of motion. I was just having a moment, minding my own business, doing my business on the log drop, and I just got this guy's name in my head, and his name was Louis, and he's an excavator driver, and it was like, call Louis. And so I call Louis, and just so happens, guess who's coming through the gate? You guessed it, Louis. And I said, hey Louis, how's it going? I've been rethinking about building up on the hill. Just wanted to know if you could come up and take a look and see if you could do this, build us a road, excavate our home site for this set budget. He comes, he has a look, and he's like, yep, I can do it. And I'm just like, oh, praise the Lord. Sweet as, let's go. And then that's when it started. Just seeing Louis start the work and move up towards the site, I was thankful that it was starting. I was just grateful knowing that we were going to be up there soon. Again, each step of the way has just been amazing, just watching the process. I love just, watching people work when they're professionals at what they do, and just seeing how they do it, how they operate. It's quite a pleasure to see people in their element. So once the site was completed, I was looking into the type of natural earth home I was going to build. And I ended up at a workshop in Katikati. Let's go.
Would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yes, of course. We might even put them up for a minute. Yeah. And so I went, did the workshop, learned how to do some cob walls. I met a guy called Pat, and I walked into this beautiful home that he had built for a woman named Lisa. Oh wow, this place is amazing, And I was like, Pat, how long did this take you to do? And he's like, oh, didn't take long. And I was just like, yeah, man, I should do this. This is going to be a lot faster. We've got the resource on the land to be able to do it. And in my mind, you have to use what's closest to you. And so we had plenty of trees to utilize to create this home. And so it started. I'd landed on an earth home style that I was going to do. That we were going to build a roundhouse on the top of our hill, on our brand new house site that was prepped and ready to go. If there's any way to wrap up or round up today's episode, is that, even though we went through some struggles and some trials, it was all worth it, and just trusting God's in this process. So I can't wait for you guys to see what we're up to. I want you to be at the same pace as me, as where I'm at, just doing this in real time together. This is a great journey for me, for my family, and I'm so happy that you guys get to be a part of it. Thanks guys for joining the Kipos on our journey. Please share with all your friends. We'd love for them to join the journey with us, encourage someone with this message, and I look forward to catching up and doing more videos for you guys, and also yeah, just in the comments, maybe share. I'd love to hear what's been happening in your world as well. If you're looking to build a natural home or step out, live off grid, or do something outside of the ordinary. If that's you, man, share it with me. I love to pray into what you're doing as well. When, you know, if God's speaking to you right now and he's saying, hey, today's the day for you to step out and try something different, or maybe today's the day, guys. Sweet as whānau, thanks for joining us, and I look forward to catching up with you soon.